Edelia the Cornflower Girl. Prologue. High up on the sharp peaks of the mountains, where only eagles dare to fly and where the clouds cast their silent shadows over the deep precipices, lived a cornflower. She was no ordinary flower. Born from the morning dew and blessed by the moonlight, she grew alone, hidden from the eyes of the world, with her roots deep in the cold stone and her dreams clinging to the sky. Her name was Edelia, a name unspoken by anyone, but proudly born in the silence of the mountain. Day after day, the wind sang her old songs and the stars watched over her. But her vegetable heart, unseen and unheard, yearned for something else. A deep desire made her tremble on the clear nights, to be able to walk, to speak, to feel, to be human, to descend into the world below, where rivers laugh, children play and people share their love and pain. For years, Edelia dreamed with her eyes towards the horizon. But who would have thought that one day, the steps of an old woman, with eyes like chamomile and the smell of jasmine, would approach her rock. There was the fairy Florea, the goddess of flowers, a being as old as the earth, but full of gentleness. She could speak to all plants and felt, in that cornflower, a different kind of life. Then in the breeze, Edelia raised her prayer. Not for immortality, but for life. For feeling to know the world with all its beauty and weight. And the fairy listened. This is the story of a flower that dared to dream further than the horizon. The story of a fragile heart, born from the mountain, that descended into the world not to get lost, but to bloom differently. Chapter 1. Desire. The sharp wind blew gently over the steep cliff, bringing with it the cold smell of eternal snow and the unheard rustle of time that flows differently on the mountain peaks. On a white cliff, grown between hard and cold stones, a cornflower lived its life. It was not just any flower, it was Edelia, the flower that had dreamed. Her delicate velvety body had witnessed countless sunrises. She had seen the birds flying below her, heard the thunder rolling over the rocks, felt the touch of the first winter snowflake and the rare warmth of the summer sun. But she had experienced all this in a deep silence, in an eternal immobility. She could not leave, she could not cry, she could not caress. The earth held her bound, as if life itself had given birth to her to contemplate without touching, and deep in her vegetal being, a spark of desire had been born long ago. First it was a curiosity. What is happening beyond the clouds, beyond the rocks? Then it grew, becoming a question. What is that human life? And finally, the desire rose like a silent prayer to the sky. I want to be alive, like them. The day Florea answered the call was the most important of her existence. The goddess of flowers, born from the essence of the green world, came floating, with footsteps without traces and eyes of light. When she saw her, Edelia